So I wanted to give yet another update on my experience in dating someone that was coming off a little bit too strong. And I know I mentioned it in the previous episode, but yeah, after drawing the line and things like that, it's so clear that this was not a good match. And I want to outline exactly what led me to believe this just simply isn't a dynamic that I can be in. So for one, when I try to express, my boundaries and things like that, he was just very persistent. And that is just, I mean, persistence in itself is not a bad thing, but when someone is trying to tell you that your experience is wrong and just because they experienced the connection a different way and they're trying to convince you that, oh, it's real because I felt it. And then I'm over here telling my experience that no, I don't have a connection. So it's like, okay, I made the right choice. Like we're not seeing each other. And I just wanted to provide this insight because I think oftentimes we try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like if someone's coming on a little bit too strong, you kind of, you know, uh, attribute it to they're excited. It's like they're just, wanting to express themselves and that can be the case, but I think there's just a fine line between someone who's like overly trying to just win you over and at whatever cost without even knowing you. So, yeah, I think there's definitely a difference between like okay, fighting for a relationship and when I say fighting for it, I mean like putting in the effort and letting the other person know that you're still there without pushing and going at their pace. Like that seems normal. Um but if it's someone that you don't even know. Like, I met this person in real life for 3 hours, and the persistence does not match the actual reality of what was the actual connection. Because you can't know someone after 3 hours. Um, and I'm not dismissing the fact that he felt a connection. I'm just saying that, you know, he's just not a match for me. And it was like when I expressed myself too, then it was like it was just nonstop with the trying to convince and get explanation. So I think if I was fine giving him a little bit more insight because I'm like, okay, I don't think he's evil. I think he just needs a little bit of direction on what women are experiencing with him most likely. Like this is probably not the first time this has happened to him. And because immediately he's just like, am I coming on too strong? Da, 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 da. And it's like, it was that, but it was all these other things. It was him dismissing my experience. It was him overriding and not even ever giving me a chance to even express myself in like a normal pace. So yeah, I feel for him. And honestly, I feel for a lot of the guys that are trying to date too, because I think they're under this impression that they need to impress you and what kind of car do you drive? Like, and I was like, I try to explain to him too that like the girls that I'm friends with, nobody cares about that stuff. Nobody cares about the superficial stuff. No one cares what car you're driving. Like, do you have a car? Are you like insured? Do you have a job? I don't care what job, but that like cool. I just want to see if I like hanging out with the person, if I can be friends with someone. And I think so many of the guys are getting caught up in like this like putting on a show. And it's like, well, I can't get to know this show and it's just like pushing me away. Um so that is the update and that was like exhausting. So I'm glad that I just like took time and understood, am I pushing past my pace? Am I pushing past my boundaries? Am I doing things I don't want to do? And then I realized, even posting that video, I was like, I realized that I'm just not into this guy and I'm not into being pushed. So, yeah. Um okay. So, wanted to give you all a little nugget of insight because I think it is hard when you are like really empathetic and caring and then you're like if you're fearful avoidant especially because you're like craving just connection and you want to be loved but yeah hopefully this resonates with some of you that are going through it um if you have any of your own examples I'd love to hear what you're going through and how you're handling it so thank you bye